It was a long, stormy night, and poor Duff had been out walking for a long time when he needed a place to stay for the night because of the weather. That's when he approached the hotel.
Norman! Are you out there, Norman?
Everything seemed normal at first. He was bathing from his long night of dealing with the weather. Poor Duff was about to find out what this hotel was all about. I will get you. You stand no chance for the power of the Countess car. Gotcha. Welcome everybody. I hope you enjoyed that intro video. Before I start, let me get this machete put away. Alright, Joker Plays here, and today's build video is all about the new Brick or Treat pieces that is going to be part of the Lego Pass. And I'm going to call this the Countess Edition car, since there's going to probably be several builds that you can do with all the pieces. I wanted to focus on the first build, which is the Countess car, because I really like that black and red combination. And so yeah, let's go ahead and start this build. Alright everybody, to begin this build we are actually going to be starting off with a ladder. And so this is going to be a ladder. I'm going to go ahead and put this in place. I have my inventory right now sorted by the new Bricks and Treat pieces, and so that means I'm going to need a sacrificial piece. I'm going to do that by snapping it here at the end. I'm going to use a 6x2x1, and then I'm going to come over here, head to the bottom, and then what I need to do is go ahead and put another piece, attach it to the bottom here, and then I can go ahead and place a pressure plate. This is going to start the inversion process. I'm going to do that, place that right there. Now that I have those two pieces in place, I'm going to go ahead and tuck in another sacrificial piece. This time it's going to be a little longer. And now that I have this piece in place, I can start removing some of our sacrificial pieces. And as you can tell, I have a piece that's attached to the bottom of our 6x2x1, but inverted the other way. So this is the direction we're trying to take this. And then now we're going to start our build. Now for the first piece that we're going to be using, we're actually going to be using the coffee table, which is the Countess coffee table. And we're going to do that. We're going to place this and attach it to the back here, which will then fuse it onto our sacrificial 6x2x1 piece. And so now this table is inverted backwards. We're going to do the same thing by placing yet another table. Once we have those two in place, we are good to go. We can now break the piece that we did put down as our sacrificial bottom. And as you could tell, these two pieces are now fused together. If you tried to do this without that sacrificial piece, these two pieces would not actually fuse together. So that is why I placed that on there. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to try and invert more coffee tables. So we're going to go back, put down a pressure plate once again, attach it to the feet, and now we can go here, aim at our pressure plate, and what we're going to do is go ahead and grab yet another coffee table. Aim it at the pressure plate. you'll see that it does flip, and then we're going to put it right in place and stack right on top of that one. And so now we're going to break this one, and then now we can come over here, and now we'll be able to aim at the foot of this one, go down, and put another one in place. So now you're going to have essentially a sandwich of 2 coffee tables, which is kind of a neat effect all in itself because it looks like it has teeth in the middle. And so that's kind of a unique look. Now from here, we can go ahead and build on top of a regular jack. Alright, now that we have our coffee tables inverted and sitting on top of each other, what we're going to want to do is go ahead and switch to a jack. This is going to allow us to continue the build a lot easier. In order to do that, we are going to go ahead and aim at our sacrificial floor piece and go ahead and put that in place. These jacks can only go into the ground, so I have gone ahead and broken away a couple pieces of my regular floor in order to put down the jack. And then from here, I'll be able to break the sacrificial ladder that I put down in place first, and then move up to here and break this sacrificial piece that we started with as well. And what we are left with is the foundation of our build. This is going to be 4 coffee tables stacked right on top of each other, creating a neat little look. Well, since it's raining, I think I'm just going to chill out in here for a little bit and just wait it out, and maybe wish that one day Epic will give us the ability to control weather and daytime, nighttime settings in our sandbox worlds. Maybe. Alright, with our foundation places in place, the next thing to do is to go ahead and start working on our front and back of our car. To do that, we are going to once again lay down some wood foundations as sacrificial pieces so that we can go ahead and attach a small thruster. This is what's going to allow us to invert the front and back pieces. So I'm going to attach a thruster here, a thruster there, and those are now in place. What we are going to use for the front and back is going to be similar to what we did for the Nana car. In this case, we are going to go ahead and use the large Countess armor. And so we're going to aim it there. That's going to rotate, and then we are going to shift it and drop it down, and that is now in place. And then we're going to go over here to the other side and do that yet again. And alright, now that we have our pieces in place, if we fly up to the top, you're going to see that the entire top section is going to be nice and flat. There will be no protrusions. This is a sign that you have placed these places correctly. So what we are going to do now is go ahead and remove our sacrificial pieces and come back during the daylight and continue our build. Alright, it is now daylight. We are back. Our front and rear of the vehicle is put down along with our coffee table center section. So the next step we are going to want to do is start working on the front and rear of our vehicle. And to do that, we are going to grab some of the new flooring pieces. In this case, it's going to be the Haunted Ebony thin floors. We're going to use the 8x2s. And what we are going to do is we're going to place it right on top of the coffee tables, shift it till it's red, then back to green. We're going to put 1, 2, 3 pieces back to back. We're going to come up to the other side, do the exact same thing. Red, go back to green. 3 pieces back to back. The back we will go ahead and do a 4th in the 8x2x1. But the front we're going to put a 6x2x1. And that is going to create kind of a hood type of atmosphere. So that's where we are at. The next step that we're going to want to do is to put down our... Wait, why do I have my knife? Wait, no, I want to put down my windshield. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's go to our windshield, get that. And we are going to go ahead and put that in place. If you look at it, it should be 1 stud and then the windshield. That's going to be proper placement for that. We're going to go ahead and hop over to the other side. come on down. That is when we're going to go ahead and place our lights in place. These are going to be the regular angled light bar pieces. And we're going to go ahead and place 4 all the way across. And that is good to go. Then we're going to come to the other side. Drop our seats in place. And for that, I'm going to use the medium seat. It should be right in the middle, so you should see a 1 stud spacing front to back. And then we are going to go ahead and put our passenger seat as well. Feel free to go ahead and mix right and left and right steering if you'd like. And then I'm going to put on the back piece, which may take a few attempts. We shall see. So the back of our cab, always use the closed cab. So our cab is now in place. So we're going to come up here and then we're going to go ahead and put a roof. To do the roof, we're going to use flat pieces once again. Only this time I'm going to use the 6x2 haunted ebony pieces. And I'm going to put 4 all the way across. And that takes care of our cab pieces. So we are good to go from there. And then from here, I'm going to swing back over to the front. Because now we're going to attempt doing our tires, so this will be a little bit unique. So our pieces here, the third one up, this is where we're going to go ahead and switch to putting down a couple of fence pieces. And bear with me. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and put a fence piece up at the top, then another one there at the bottom. The top one actually becomes sacrificial. We're going to do this to all 4 sides on the third piece back. And now that our pieces are in place with the additional fence pieces sticking up on top, we no longer need these top fence pieces, so this is where I'm going to go around and go ahead and destroy those because they are no longer needed. They were a sacrificial piece. And here we go. Perfect. And so we are going to leave those in place. The next thing to do is come over here on the sides and we are going to go ahead and put our wall decoration pieces. Alright, now that our fence pieces are in place and the tops are broken, the next thing we're going to want to do is start setting up the sides in order to go ahead and put down our wall decoration. To do that, I'm going to use the good old-fashioned Mos Eisley 1x2s and place 3 of them right on top of each other. These are going to be sacrificial pieces, and what these allow me to do is to go ahead and place the wall decoration exactly where I need it. So these are actually sacrificial pieces. They will line up with the front of the back of the cab there. So you see the back of the cab, but it's listed right there in front. And then what I can do now from here is to go ahead and grab the Countess dragon wall art, rotate it in place, aiming it at the fence. Now the fence is what's allowing me to go ahead and select the height. And so what I did is I made the height of these pieces equal to that of the dash. And if you look at the bottom, it's also going to be even with the bottom as well. So with those in place, we can go ahead and break the sacrificial pieces as well. And this wall piece is now on, and I'm going to come over to the other side, do the exact same thing. All right, we are now back and our side pieces are looking great on the side of our vehicle. So from here, the next step to do is to go ahead and start getting our tires on. And so that's what these little pieces are, these fence pieces on the front of it. So we're going to go ahead and go to our large tires. steerable wheels for the front. And what we are going to do is we're going to mount it to the flooring pieces. And so if you look at this one, it should line up exactly the way it is, front to back, flush with the bottom. And then we're going to come over to the other side, do the exact same thing with another one of our steerable wheels. Alright, so we are on the other side of our vehicle trying to put down a wheel, but it is not working, which means that we need to turn these pieces, or may take an extra try or two. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back over here, break those fence pieces, and then we're going to go ahead and try and place our tire once again and see if we need to do any kind of rotations. It looks like we are good to go this time. And so we look, and our fence piece is now rotated the correct way to where we can put on a tire, which means we need to come over here and destroy this extra fence piece on top because it is no longer needed. And our front tires are now complete. We're going to move and do the exact same thing with our rear tires. These are going to be the powered ones. Come over to this side, that is good to go, and then we're going to see if we can put down a tire on this side. And it is not wanting to stick, so we're going to go ahead and break this piece off. And since we're on this side, we're going to go ahead and redo the fence piece. Put that in place, drop down to the bottom, and then we'll go ahead and grab our tire once again. And let's see if it will allow us to go ahead and place the wheel correctly. And it looks like we did. We are good. All right, now that our wheels are done and this vehicle is looking like it's supposed to, we're going to go ahead and put some of our decorations on. To do that, we're going to go start with our hood ornament, and this is going to be a floor display piece. And we're going to go ahead and mount that right here on the front of our hood. Okay, so for the back of the vehicle, we're going to add some additional storage space. To do that, we're going to use some of the new fridges. So in this case, it's going to be the enticing cabinet. It's going to have the same exact color scheme and offer some more slots of storage. And that gets placed there on the back. And then of course we need to have a skeleton to finish this off. So we're going to go ahead and go to our statues, find our small Frankie's skeleton, and get that in place right here in the middle. And this vehicle is now complete and is ready to come off the jack. So next time you see me, this vehicle is going to be ready to drive. Alright, we are back. It is now daytime. This vehicle is off the jack, and I gotta say, it is looking good. I really like the color scheme of the black and red. It's got plenty of storage because we're taking advantage of the armoire cabinet. So if you open the front, you'll see you've got 10 slots of storage out front. You will also have an additional 10 out back, and each one of those fridges will also offer an additional 6 storage slots. So that's 12 with the fridges and an additional 20 with the armoire, so that's a total of 32. Carry the 1 and the 14 and the XY. Yeah, 32 slots of storage in this vehicle. That is definitely looking good. This is built solely with those brick or treat parts that you're going to be getting with the battle pass. I just bought the battle pass out only because I really wanted to play with these black and red parts, and I gotta say, this came out great. Just the fact that we have a hood ornament, we have spikes out front, which is, you know, great for going after players maybe. And then out back we have to have the wall plaques on the sides, but out back, like I mentioned, is going to be a skeleton to warn everybody that you're going to be coming, as well as some more spikes. So altogether, this vehicle looks slick, but now it's time to see how well it drives. And by all means, if you look at this thing, it turns really well, it steers really well, it drives over objects pretty well, and you know, it just looks good overall. So bottom line, everybody, if you're looking for a reason to buy that Lego pass with this brick or treat rewards, this is the time to do that, only because it's going to allow you a lot of flexibility to build some of these awesome vehicles that you're going to see me make and other great content creators as well. And so it gives you the affordability to do all of these challenges and builds as well. And so hopefully this inspires you to build your own version of this thing. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the video. Hi everyone, Joker Plays here once again, just wanting to extend my personal thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd enjoyed the content, please hit that like button, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe. I really hope that this build inspires you to make one of your own, or if anything, build one that is similar using the same pieces that come from the Lego Pass that is part of the Brick or Treat package. I really enjoyed making this one. It was a lot of fun. And by the way, YouTube seems to think that you're going to like this other video that you see pop up on your screen. So if you have the time and can spare and support me some more, please watch that video, and I really appreciate it. So until next time, don't forget to keep gaming in your crosshairs.